Oh, that was unexpected. Never had a lid get stuck like that while I was, investigating. Ah, it's a good thing you happened by. And in an old barrow, no less. But tell me, are you a simple admirer or a true devotee of my work? How wonderful for you, for you have found him. So tell me, do you want me to sign one of my books, or have you come to watch a real adventurer at work? Why wouldn't I be all right? I am the great Narcissus Dren, after all. Still, I'm always willing to show a novice adventurer the ropes. Forward, my friend, and together we will deal with the Draugr of this barrow. After you. A plan? Narcissus Dren always has a plan. Haven't you read my books? Of course. It's a work in progress. I'm sure it involves locating the main burial chamber and finding a switch or lever. In my experience, it's always a switch or lever. Now, I'll follow along. I'll follow along and critique your adventuring skills. I like to stand back so I can take in every minute detail, but I'll be close enough to provide guidance and advice. Never fear, however, since you're assisting me, my usual fee won't apply. What are you suggesting? I'm just doing what any famous adventurer and treasure hunter would do in this situation. It's my sacred duty. To imply anything else would be slander, my friend. Well, yes, I see what you mean. But coincidence has always been the Dungeon Delver's closest ally, and I was hoping to get a look in this barrow when I noticed that the Draugr were active, for some reason. Spacious chamber! It's most likely the primary tomb's ante... This barrow is definitely from a... Lord in Skyrim. Ooh, that large door must lead to the main burial chamber. I am, after all, quite familiar with this sort of thing. The carving on this pillar, I think it's some sort of switch. How exciting! I wonder what happens if I press it. Oh, that's strange. Usually when I press something, something happens. Ah, this panel is broken. That must be the key. Yes, I'm sure it is. A number of these carvings are broken. Yes, yes. I see what we must do. I think... Yes, I'm sure it is. This must be the primary tomb's antechamber. Look at that artwork. Definitely from the Nordneo strife period. If this place follows the usual construction, the main burial chamber is right behind that door. It's what we in the adventuring trade call a puzzle lock. When we solve the puzzle, the door unlocks. But look, 3 of the stone panels are broken. We need to find the missing chunks before we can solve the puzzle and open it. Really need to work on your flourish. What's that? Did you find something valuable? Don't mind me. Well, isn't this intriguing? Look at the attention to detail, the complex composition. I can tell that a dedicated artist created this work. Isn't it obvious? The dragon and the dragon priest destroyed a mountain. But from this angle, it looks more like they're building or restoring something. The imagery of the Neo-Strife period can be very confusing to the untrained eye. Let's not leap to conclusions. Interpreting ancient carvings requires training and experience. A squiggle here or a line placed there can change the entire meaning. Let's look around. There might be a broken panel piece nearby. I feel you have this well in hand, so I'll stand back and give you room to work. I'm going to be the envy of Nord scholars everywhere. These carved images are simply remarkable. Something praying. Some grand ceremony. Clearly that's the dragon priest. Something ascension, I think. Oh, how little you know me! The dragon died, the priest killed himself, and his followers sealed themselves in this barrow, making the whole place disappear into the mists of time. Ta-da! Now, let's find the missing puzzle pieces and finish this. ancient artwork, just like in the antechamber. Oh, how exciting! Oh, isn't it remarkable? I love finding this kind of stuff. This kind of sculpture is called a relief. Look how the images seem to rise out of the very stone. I think it's meant to tell some sort of story. Now, this is purely conjecture on my part, but if I interpret the image correctly, it depicts the Gnosis Dren of his day. Look at how his admirers worship him. Either that or it's a dragon priest celebrating some sort of triumph or victory. In days of old, the dragons ruled the world through their powerful servants, the dragon priests. Now that I think about it, this could depict the time of the Dragon War. Let's find more of these remarkable images and see what else... Deal with any ruffians, if you would. I see more artwork to examine. I must determine how to safely remove one of these wonderful depictions. Let me see. Well, it's certainly ancient, but it's hardly interesting. Good for scholars, perhaps, but not adventurers such as you and I. My assistant Berries is a stickler for details and historical accuracy. She loves dull things like that. I must determine how to safely remove... This appears to show the dragon priest, and their followers going on some sort of trip. Perhaps it was a quest, or a pleasurable excursion into the countryside. I'm not sure. They do seem a bit grim. Good suggestion, but it's difficult to know for certain. To convey complex ideas such as an exodus with a single image is harder than you think. Let's look around. We might find one of the missing pieces for the tomb lock around here. As the senior member of this expedition, I get first choice of the valuable items. Back to the tomb door! That puzzle lock is as good as solved. You're turning out to be one of the best assistants I've ever had. Now, press the panels in the proper sequence. The trick with these old Nord puzzle locks is to activate the panels in the proper sequence. Go ahead. Your guess is as good as mine. Ah, this is a test of our observational skills. I, of course, quickly ascertained that these large pillars show a part of each of the reliefs we examined. The reliefs tell a story. Come now, I'm sure you can figure it out without any help from me. As I understand it, all stories start with a heroic figure, maybe a great adventurer, someone like me. Surrounded by worshippers and devoted followers, they were cheering, weren't they? Swords raised. He must have been very popular. If you can determine the proper order of the story these panels tell, that's probably the key to solving the puzzle. Ah, this is a test of our observational skill. I think it was a parade of sorts. No, wait. A journey? Well, they were going somewhere, and they were traveling with a dragon. I always wanted to own my own dragon. I must admit, I usually wind up solving these things through a lot of trial and error. Ah, this is... Weren't you paying attention? Let me see. That was the one where they were building a grand home for the dragon and his priest, if I recall. The Nords love their stonework. Not at all like the graceful curves of Morrowind art. Oh, you really do have a knack for adventuring. Are you ready to look upon the grandeur of a dragon priest's tomb? Could be anything. This is why we travel, why we face the dangers. We want to see the sights that those possessed of a more timid nature can only dream of. You go first. I wouldn't want to deprive you of the experience. Narcis Dren has explored many a barrow. For example, there's usually a treasure vault next to the dragon priest's tomb. There might even be a guardian, but I'm sure the dragon priest is long gone. Well, yes, of course we are. I'm sure something inside the tomb holds the key to solving this dilemma, and hopefully it also holds the key to the treasure vault as well. Now, onward, my stalwart assistant! Onward! Oh, keys! I knew it! The treasure vault awaits! That's it! I can hear the locks turning. Come on. I knew there was a vault in this barrow. Look at all these treasures. I'm beside myself with elation. It must be around here somewhere. Come to Narcissus Dren, you ancient beauty. This will increase my reputation 1,000-fold. Well, this has been a most exciting adventure. You did quite well, my able assistant. Oh, that was exhilarating! I'd say we're done here. Another profitable adventure for the famous Narcissus Dren. But it's a dragon priest mask, an early one no less. It will be a crowning glory in my vast collection. Besides, Narcissus Dren does not loot. He searches, he explores, he entertains, and I couldn't have done it without your help. A fraud? What a hurtful thing to say. And it wasn't my... Oh, all right. Perhaps my initial investigation caused a bit of a problem, but now that the dragon priest has been vanquished, the problem will take care of itself. All's well that ends well. Tell the villagers? Certainly. They'll want to hear all about how Narcissus Dren saved the day. Lightning reflexes, I flung a pair of daggers, dropping 2 of the foul creatures. Ah, here comes my able apprentice, who distracted the 3rd Draugr while I solved the tricky puzzle lock. Have no fear. I'll continue my tale momentarily. I need to speak to my apprentice. Oh, we did good work today, my friend. You should be proud. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to finish my tale and then accept compensation from my adoring public. Every story needs a little embellishment. Surely you've read my books. I know how to hold an audience's attention. The Draugar Dilemma. That was an unfortunate accident, but I acquired a rare dragon priest mask, and the Draugr have begun returning to their slumber, all thanks to my efforts. And with your help, of course. Very well, if you insist. I'll speak to Mosgroth. But don't think this makes you better than me, do-gooder. I knew you weren't cut out for adventuring the moment I saw you. And you know this means I won't be mentioning you in my next book. My good woman, I can't in good conscience take gold from your clan. What I found in the barrow more than compensates me for my time.
It seems that the famous adventurer found something worthwhile in the barrow. He even waived his fee for helping us. We're not so proud that we'd turn down gold, but this isn't my first hunt. I know the Dark Elf's not doing this out of the goodness of his heart. It's only fair that you share in our profit.